done. Thank you very much. Thank you. Aluta, Victoria, you see that? Thank you. We are listening. Aluta, Victoria, I am happy to be here today. This is my name again. My name is Comrade Ikeja, former Tikiba Movement Coordinator in Lagos, now President of the African National Congress Chairman. But we are comrades, so we don't carry chairman's method or chairman's way of movement around. We move like comrades because that's what we are. I'm happy to be here, celebrating and honoring this great man, Omojola. There's always a saying in the politics of today, when activists, revolutionaries, fighters are trying to get political power, they will say that we don't have experience, that what experience do we have? And the reason why some of people have the reason to say these things is because the struggle, the fights, and a lot of the things that activists of the era of Omojola and co and many after have not been properly documented and celebrated. That is why people turn around to ask activists why we are contesting for political power, that we don't have experience. And very unfortunately, or let's say fortunately, the most experienced fighters, the most experienced leaders are people that struggle to fight for a better society. You know, sacrificing family comfort, sacrificing money, sacrificing having the best of the capitalist peanuts to make sure that we have a very progressive society. These are the works of the likes of Omojola, and it is great that we are doing this today, and there should be more of this. Many young activists do not know these men. They do not. Who they know are the Apashas of this world, the criminals, the tyrants, the Buharis, and this world, the Tunubus that are president today. But they don't know fighters like Omojola and the sacrifices that they made. And there are some people here today that even struggled with them. You need to, tell the world more about these men. Let people document it. That is why this program is very important to us and to the ANC. We are happy that we attend this program and represent the entire party. And the message and all the information that we've gotten here will be taken to our entire movement party in Lagos, and even to the TIB movement, and even outside of Lagos. And as these men have passed the torch to we young contemporaries, we definitely will continue with the struggle to achieve a better Nigeria and a better Africa. Thank you very much. Aluta, Victoria. Thank you so much.
A round of applause for Mr. Omojola is one of the main counterparts. Omojola is somebody mentioned SRO. All of us are going to continue with that spirit. You see, somebody mentioned Ikeja. The struggle is a handless job. Nobody feels it. It's when you have money, it's when you have time. At time holding meeting from 5 o'clock in the evening to the following day. So at the end of the day, we find out that unless you are in the political space, you can't change anything. And therefore, the conscious effort to integrate the Nigerian left into the political system is a welcome idea. But one mitigating factor in visual politics is money. Recently, one of our colleagues wanted to contest for government in those states. He was told to bring 30 million or 50 million. So, where do they have that kind of money? So you see, the essence of visual politics is to put people particularly in poverty. Because those who cannot eat, cannot contest the election, they don't have the resources. So, but to me, there are factors, mitigating against class consciousness. I have to work now. One, religious influences, ethnic influences. Unless you are able to transcend these two primordial issues, you may not be able to be a very conscious class person. Because by the time they bring religion before you, you begin to differ that this person is my own religion or this person is my own ethnic group. So to me, for you to become a fully conscious class agent, you can see those media symptoms. Okay? But organizationally, and that is why the orientation is very, very crucial. Because for you to mobilize the people, they must see the society the way you see it. Otherwise, during the election, they come and give them money, they go and vote for them. After that, they go back to their state of poverty. Because the left has failed to consciously elevate the people to the level where we are, so that they can see what we are seeing. So our position has always been that if you want to change the society, you must change the minds of millions of people. So that's the first point, and that's why I thank you for organizing this program. I'm really happy that we still have a lot of young people, on the left, and I believe that we shouldn't give up. Nothing will come easy. Changing the society, the first is to change the orientation of it. Okay? From money politics, before we were being told that when you go there, you can change the system. Some of us believe that it's difficult for an individual to go to a political scenario as well as in Nigeria and change it. Because by the time they give you all the petty side of office, you forget where you're coming from. You capitulate and you sell out. So the difficult task is, how do you mobilize millions of people who are entrenched in ethnic and religious bigotry? And that's why some of us believe that you need this conscientization always. Because unless people are able to change that mindset, they cannot work as a collective to change the system. So I want to thank you. I want to say that when from the Remu invited me to this program, I decided to come. Because Baba was one of the people that enlightened us to this program. So I want to commend you. I want to say that we should continue, don't give up. The other factor, of course, I want to mention is that the need to join the Labour Party. Some of us in Labour Party, not because we believe that the trade union leaders are good persons. It's also a failure on the left that will not be able to reorientate the trade union leadership to see the need for a socialist orientation for the working class. So some of us in Labour Party, we did so because we believe to the mass expanse of supporters, if you are able to begin to reorientate their mindset, in the long run, some of them will follow you, others will not. That was why I'm urging comrades to see how they can integrate themselves into the Labour Party at every level. Because we need to imply that consciousness in the mass for the people that are supporting Labour Party. So don't let us be distracted from the fact that the trade unions are not doing what they're supposed to do. If we are there, we'll be able to probably retain the masses. And the point of question, not all trade unions are left with ideology. Not all of them. It's an illusion to think that they are. They may have what we call social democratic beliefs. That does not make them to be socialist or Marxist. So we should not be looking at the trade union as if that is saviors. No. It will require the orientation of people on the leadership for the trade unions. For them, some of them these days don't understand when we talk about workers, working people ideology. Okay? It's as bad as that. But as I said, it is to continue the conscientization of the Nigerian people and the youth. Aluta, solidarity, I'm of the socialist equality movement. I think at least between last year and now, we're arguably one of the few tendencies of the Nigerian left that early enough position ourselves in the party. That's as far back as 2021. In fact, when the party was just a dry land, as it were. But it was a matter of combination of two important factors that even made us to go back into that party. That's after an initial entrism as far back as 20. So why go into the Labour Party at a time when it is full of the most horrible elements you can think about, the most horrible bourgeois elements you can think about? But one major factor was the fact that there has been an important alteration in the political climate in terms of the battle for consciousness. And that is the answers to today. Both tendencies of the ruling class and the working class have not recovered from that tsunami, that 14-day mass uprising by the young people of this country, and of course the working class that entered the barricades on the 19th of October. What happened on the 20th of October 2020 was a declaration of the class war. The declaration of the fact that the working class go forward to implement a general strike on the streets. Over and beyond the labor bureaucracy, the ruling class won't take it low. And the labor bureaucrats have understood the message. And that is why since that time, they have not sustained, even just once for one day, a general strike. Because their names will be pinned to whatever happens on the streets as a result of that strike. So why go into the labor party at that time? And why is it now unreasonable and totally illogical to be in the labor party now? As at that time, just after the answers, it was clear that the labor bureaucrats have read a very grave warning for what happened at the answers. Just like a bachelor that has been visited by a new girlfriend, the labor bureaucrats knew they have to do a window dressing to the Labour Party. 20 years after. It is not an accident of history. It is not a mistake on their part. It is intentional, it is deliberate. And it is because they knew that 2023 elections will be a referendum on whether they can continue to exist as a bureaucracy holding down the mass revolutionary movements of working class in this country or otherwise. And that's why they position themselves correctly to railroad all the energies of the working class and youth in the safe channels. Of course, that all led to the construction of the first paradigm of OB and the obedient movement. But for some of us, it's always important, as Spinoza said, not always to lament, but to consciously understand what was the undercurrent that was driving us at that time was the question of the national question, the question of the mass radicalization of the young people. And the national question is now at the highest momentum in the southeast of Nigeria. And that is why we saw three layers of the obedience, if you ask me. Because it's important not to throw away the baby with the bathwater. OB is an out-and-out bourgeois element, and there's no justification whatsoever for any section of the left to keep behind OB. That would be pure opportunism and betrayal of our ideas. But the obedience themselves are a product of the class forces that are analyzing. Number one is what we call the ethnic obedience. These are obedient, young, old, urban Igbos of all stripes who see the OB phenomenon as a means of implementing a peaceful Igbo presidency. I think since Zik. The second category is the religious obedience. Christians of all stripes, Catholics, Protestants, who are totally aghast at the Muslim tickets of the APC, and equally who have suffered enough bruises with the middle belt of Nigeria, who want to punish the APC for his crimes against Christianity. And then Jesus of the Bible now said, "Oh Peter, upon this rock will I build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it." And the man is even bearing the tower. So they entered into the bus. That will lead them to that obedient paradise. Now the third category of obedience, so that categorized to be the class conscious, arguably the insurrectionary obedience. These were elements of the answers who at this moment see bourgeois politics as it is the bourgeois affair. They think and they believe that it's only the bourgeois elements that can really be used as a lesser evil to punish the APC, especially for all his political crimes at the Lekki toll gate on the 20th of October 2020. And in this layer, you find all kinds of reformist elements as you have seen in the last period. Now, what happened on February 6, 2023 was a quantity change of quality. But some of us who put ourselves forward, of course, we were derided by all kinds of left tendencies that we have already diversified
we have already crossed over to the other side and all that. And it was at the moment, I'm talking about 2021, not 2024. It was a moment when the party was just a dead site in terms of not only numbers, but in terms of even forces, not only of the right, but also of the left. But in 2022, the bureaucrats, as we have said them in our perspective, started doing their window dressing. That happened in January and February 2022. LSC did the roundtable in January, TUC did the roundtable in February. Then it was in April. It was in April that clearly the right wing saw clearly more than the left. Because it was clear to them that the Labour Party as at this time represents a means of befuddling all the consciousness of the working class and youth, giving the name and stature of that party. And that was the one led to the entrance of the likes of Peter Obi. Now Peter Obi entered that party on the 29th of May. I did my primary as a candidate of Labour Party at Orlando. I just want to Orlando on the 27th of May. Now the long shot of this all is that the balance sheet as at this moment is that why we cannot be the Labour Party as at this time is the fact that now is the fact that quantity has changed the quality. The party has entered into government. All the parliamentarians of that Labour Party have not refused to collect the 160 million SUV. They have continued on the right-wing tendency, and it is irreversible because they are in the control of the structure of the party. The challenge today is to build an independent revolutionary party, and that is why we have initiated the Socialist Equality Party as a means. Because what we have done in the Labour Party is to have a testimonial, not only before the left, but before the Labour movement that timing you missed it. But the timing now is to build an independent revolutionary party. One last thing I must say is that we must not forget that Baba Omojola was a Trotskyite. Of course, he was involved in a whole number of activities, but he was fundamentally a Trotskyite. And in the history of the Fourth International, we must not forget elements like Ernest Mandel, to which Baba Omojola was very close to. Overall, is the fact that though we may have some tendential disagreement with the ideas of Mandel, Ernest Mandel, and Pablo on the question of how the international travel, but we will continue to remember the socialist and Trotskyite heritage of Baba Omojola. I say Aluta Continua.